The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the Morning Crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
Let's go. All right, 6:04. It's 57 degrees. A little chilly out. I may have to borrow Kenzie's heated chair or heated seat cover.
And it's like there's still air conditioning in here. It's unbelievable.
Weirdly, I love it. I still am very
It's
happy.
sick. I feel like a polar bear.
Well, I mean, even with the heat, you're not like melting at all. You're fine. The heated seat on there, is it on?
And with the heat.
Yeah, the heat on the chair.
So, yeah, I'm not sitting on cold leather. Yeah, that makes me so toasty. Jeez.
You'll be fine. You'll be all right. You're gonna do just fine today because we have Riot Fest tickets coming up at 8 o'clock. Riot Fest 3-day passes. The show is only 3 days away, so be here for that. Also at 9 o'clock, we have the Darker Waves Fest tickets, which is a festival sold out in California on the beach. You will be there. And then we also have a major announcement, a comedy show announcement at 9:10, and we'll have tickets for that as well. So 8, 9, and 9:10 are things you put in your phone for free stuff. Oh, you prize whores out there.
Sluts.
Sluts. Hey, man. I used to call radio stations. I wanted to win stuff, too. Free is good. Free is good. Now, last night, everybody's texting in and calling in about it already. We do sports at 7 o'clock. But what happened last night on Monday Night Football? Aaron Rodgers leaves the Packers for the Jets to start a new era, at least a short era, to finish his career with a Super Bowl with a team that's ready to win a Super Bowl. And what happens 4 plays into the game? Aaron Rodgers. Not good.
Years with the Rams, the former first-round pick of the Bears, and now Rodgers sits down.
We're talking about somebody else first.
Loss of 10 on the play, and hopefully the Jets are thinking that's the only loss on that play.
Take a look here at the very end, and it's hard to see. Of course, he had the calf issue in training camp, but here's a little better look as far as what might have happened for him to go back down to the ground.
See, it was a very uneventful announcement there from Joe Buck and I can't remember his name. Troy Aikman. Sorry about that. Sorry, bro. Case looked at me like, you idiot. It's Troy Aikman. How do you not know that?
Yeah, you idiot. How do you not know that?
Stupid.
It's only 6:06. I'm warming up here. Okay, so it was very, like what happened? Okay, maybe he twisted his ankle. He goes off for a little while. And it appears it will be a ruptured Achilles, and he will be out for the season and maybe ends his career.
That is unbelievable.
Unreal with the amount of hoopla. Aaron Rodgers ran out on the field with the American flag, very similar to Apollo Creed and Rocky IV taking on Ivan Drago.
I didn't think about that.
And then moments later, he's on the ground, much like Apollo Creed. I'm not making fun of an injury. We do not make fun of injuries here. It's bad because it's bad karma. I would never want that to happen.
To be honest, now that he doesn't, especially because he doesn't play for the Packers, kind of wish he did right now.
Yeah.
That really bit us in the ass.
Yeah,
didn't
sure
it?
did. That did not.
That's just, come on.
Not worked out too well there.
On. But I actually feel bad for him, especially now that he doesn't play for the Packers. I don't hate him or anything.
Well, you can't root against injuries. It always comes back to bite you and your own team and your own love. And for the guy himself, too. I'd rather he just failed, but performance-wise.
Is that good karma?
That's okay karma. That's okay.
Fine.
That's legitimate. I've asked the priest about that. That's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
He's like, we root for people to fail all the time. The priest.
Yeah, I can't add on failure.
Oh, okay.
But Case did find this wonderful clip from The Office that kind of relates to the situation.
It's like if Michael Phelps came out of retirement, jumped in the pool, belly flopped, and drowned.
It's the best show on earth.
Oh, Lord, so good.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And we remind you again, Riot Fest tickets, 3-day passes, 8 a.m. Cannot stress that enough since it's Tuesday and Riot Fest is Friday with Q101. So stay here for that. But in the meantime, coming up in just about 6 minutes at 6:30, a fact that makes your brain go. Now, maybe you're in school, maybe you went back to school, maybe you have kids in school. if you want your kid to get an A on a test without studying at all, we have that hack coming up. We have that fact today. An A without studying. How about that? I mean, I didn't study that much. Did you? Were you a studious lady?
I was, because I'm not naturally smart. So unfortunately, like I had a brother who, well, one of them should have studied, but the other one did not need to and was totally an AB student. I had to put in effort to make that happen, Captain.
My brother was like that. One of my brothers just he never had to open a book and just got straight A's everything. And then another one opened the book a lot and got straight A's, but could still party his ass off. So I was like jealous at that because I partied my ass off and I could not read. I probably had ADHD before like they knew how to diagnose it.
You didn't even know how to say it.
Yeah, I know. Like I could read a page and then flip it. I couldn't remember what I just read. So I said, why read?
I love, Daniel Tosh has a great bit on that when he's talking about how some kid, like my kid's smart, he's not a great test taker. And he's like, you mean the part where they test you on if you know the stuff? He's like, no, you're stupid.
That was me. But we'll come up. How about getting an A without studying? We'll give you that hack at 6:30.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Time for a fact that makes your brain go, and I wish I knew this fact many years ago at Bowling Green State University or even in high school with the Wildcats. Something about getting an A without studying too hard. Now, here's the thing. Maybe I exaggerated a little bit. Of course, you have to open books and read and study to learn because that's the process of going to school. But many people, like Kenzie mentioned, like me, I panicked at tests and did poorly in most tests. I think I graduated high school with a C+ average. What do you think you had? Do you remember, Kenzie?
In high school?
Like, remember what you graduated kind of with?
I had an A average.
Did you really?
Well, I got a scholarship for college.
That's
so
great.
I definitely put me in the A average range.
Sure,
Yes.
got to be there to get scholarships.
And then graduated college with honors. What's good?
I made the dean's list. They called that in college where I went.
It was the D list.
Oh.
You're on the D list.
Oh.
You got confused. I
Yeah.
know. I know. It's tough.
Okay, so if I knew this, it would have been great. So if you have a kid in school, or maybe you've gone back to school and you're studying and you want to get an A, here's what you do according to Science Daily that did a study at the University of Missouri. Right before the test, look at the letter A. That's it. Look at the letter A, okay? How about that? Now, here's the stats on what they did. So they took a bunch of kids that were taking tests, and they all studied equally for the test. The kids that looked at an A before the test got an average score of 92.3%, which is an A-, I guess. I thought 92% was an A, but they say it's an A-.
No, because think about it, 100%
Is an A,
is
95
perfect.
is like an
so
A.
if you're all the way down to 92.
A 95 is an A medium rare, kind of in that situation.
There you
Okay. So they did that much better than kids that looked at the letter F. Now, the kids that looked at the letter F studied the same as the kids that got the A when looking at an A, got an average of 78.5% on the test.
Wow.
A C+. Just by looking at the
I'll tell you
letter
what.
A.
I'm going to tell you something.
Tell me something.
I don't necessarily think it's even the letter thing. I think so much in life is about positive and negative mindsets. So if you think that you're one of the kids who gets to look at A versus one of the kids that gets to look at F before you start, I think that even does something to you. Like, oh, I got the head start. I wonder if I'll actually do better. Like, things happen with positive and negative mindsets. I am telling you.
You're exactly what the researchers said. They said, quote, exposure to the letter A made students subconsciously approach the task with the aim to succeed, like they already had a leg up, or the exposure to the F made them want to avoid failure. So then they got tense and stressed out because they thought, oh my God, I'm going to get an F because I looked at an F.
I'm going to look stupid.
Yeah.
I'm in the worst category. I wish I looked at an A first. I mean, I'm telling you.
Telling you.
So much in life. Not everything.
No.
I'm not one of those people.
Sometimes you got to have talent.
And, you know.
And work hard.
And yes, some people get a total unfair advantage in life. I understand all those things.
Yes.
But, however, a lot is about mindset. I remember when I started on radio, and how many people were like, you're not going to be able to get this. You're not going to be able to go in that market. That you can't have. Even not that long ago, when I felt ready to be part of a morning show, right before I was here, obviously.
Pretty cool.
And I was like, no, I think I'm ready. And so many people, even some of my mentors who are really sweet, are like, Kenzie, this doesn't happen at your age. It's not that you're not really good. You just have to accept the fact that you probably won't get hired for a morning show till you're at least in your 30s. That's when people will take you seriously. And I was like, I think I could probably do it, though.
That's so ridiculous, by the way.
But it's how people think. And I was like, no, thanks.
I'm not saying those were bad people that told you that, because they're probably good people, but they went by their own experience instead of just saying, hey, sorry, the world evolves and changes, and you have to shoot your shot, right? Yep. You don't want to sit there on your deathbed at the end and go, I have a regret because I didn't do this at 28 or whatever. The lesson is, and it's so hard to not listen to other people for advice.
No, it is, but, Kanye West said it best. Stop taking advice from people who, well, I'm going to say it wrong now, but basically don't take advice from people.
Wait. We can't slip over that. What do you think it is?
It's
look it up.
Stop taking advice from people, essentially, who haven't achieved the goals that you're trying to achieve. But I think he said don't take advice from people, broker than you or something like that, but you know what I mean?
It had to rhyme better. Was it in the song, or he just said this somewhere?
I actually don't even remember.
He said it on the Kardashians?
Find it?
Kanye West once said, stop taking advice from people less successful than you.
There you go. Thank you.
But was it in a song?
No, it was just a statement.
I think it was a tweet,
It's a matter
actually.
of fact.
How did that statement get through, but all the other ones are the ones we remember from Kanye?
I rememred this one because I'm motivated.
He's had some pretty shocking statements, I remember.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
But that was a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
I like that
More
one.
of that from Kanye.
But it's so true. And, not that I agree with most of his recent activities, but for a long time, he was accurate because there was a lot of people who tried to put him in boxes musically. Let's not talk about his mental health stuff that, he's on a different journey now. But when it came to career and stuff, though, he had a totally different vision. I mean, he has a docuseries on Netflix, right? Like a 3-parter. He started filming that while he was still broke.
Yeah.
He had a film crew. He paid for a film crew to follow him around.
Yeah.
And people were like, "Does somebody want to do a show about you?" And he was like, "No, one day somebody will want to buy it." And he was correct. It's the positive mindset.
I got to admit, that pisses me off that someone knew that ahead, that they were that cool to film themselves when they were nothing. And then
It's a good idea. It's kind of like in Along Came Polly, only his was less successful. Remember when he's like, they're going to make an E-Hollywood your story? And he was lying.
Very good reference. Now, listen, people on the text line are saying BS to this fact. Well, go to Science Daily, their University of Missouri study. If kids look at the letter A before a test, they will be very likely to get an A over the kids that look at an F before a test. And like Kanye said, don't listen to people that say you're not going to be a success.
No, don't listen to people less successful than you.
Oh, that's what I thought he said.
That's why you're not successful, Brian.
Clearly.
I don't take advice from Brian ever.
No. I'll tell you what. A lot of people have taken my advice.
Where are they now?
They're in the river.
Yeah.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. A shocking statistic about McDonald's coming out after Pearl Jam.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, look, I want to talk about this big McDonald's news, and I want Kenzie in here for it, but this is a quote. She said, I got to pee. I think the baby moved. Case, are we calling an ambulance at this point or no?
That doesn't sound good, does it?
Well,
I mean, I don't know the pregnant body all too well, but that sounds terrifying.
Really? You don't know too much about that?
No, pregnant women scare me.
All right, so we'll talk about this McDonald's news after AWOL Nation. We'll also see what's going on if Kenzie had the baby in our bathroom.
It's a little. I don't want to clean that up.
Nah, it's a little early. We'll get to that after AWOL Nation. Is Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Everything okay in the bathroom, Kenzie?
Stop. I think
No,
I was just sitting here talking, and I think the baby rolled because I'm like, oh my gosh.
Me and Case for a minute thought you might be having the baby in the bathroom.
I was like, oh my God, I gotta pee.
All right, so it's Brian and Kenzie on
It's
Q101.
a long walk to that hallway when that happens. Let me
Thank
tell
you.
you.
Thank you. I've told you for a long time the bathroom is way too far in this place. You got to go through a maze. You got to get there and you got to run back. It's hard.
I don't know. It was baby's using my bladder as a jump rope. It's like they're doing double dutch.
In the meantime, it's Gil Curtis.
This is not headline news. Apple unveils the new iPhone today. It offers a more efficient processor, more powerful camera, and more gullible owner. A new study says music elevates brain performance. The study has a margin of error of plus or minus Kid Rock. The home where Marilyn Monroe died has been saved from demolition. They're turning it into a dead and breakfast. And today is National Day of Encouragement. So please take a minute today and reach out to a New York Giants fan. This is not Headline News.
Or a Jets fan.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.